are back in the studio, and I'm so pleased to be able to have a chat with Catherine Noble, who's our volunteer director here at Green Spring. And she's not been here so long, but she's very busy. So Catherine, welcome, and I want you to tell us how you dived right in and got started.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. As you know, Green Spring is such a vibrant community, so it was pretty easy for me to dive in because Elka, who was here before me, laid out everything just great. We have so many volunteers already and so many volunteer groups. It's a very active community. So my charge is to maintain that and to grow those programs. So today I'd like to talk to you about a few programs that we are growing and we're excited about, and it's always nice when I can come here and share those successes. One of those successes was yesterday. We took our first group over to a local elementary school, Crestwood. We teamed up this year with a program called Grand Involve, and Grace Presbyterian Church is providing us a bus service. So we've gone through all the orientation, and yesterday was an exciting day because it was the very first day that everyone got to meet their students and the teachers that they'll be assigned to. So we were very excited about that, and it was really cute. There was one resident who uses a walker, and she was assigned to a kindergarten class, and when she went in, she was at the front door of the classroom, and all the kids were looking to see who their volunteer was going to be, and they saw the walker, and you know, for some, especially kindergartners, this might be the first time they've seen, you know,
or wonder why she got that.
And they were like, wow, you know, they thought that was like a really cool thing, and it was just really great and funny to see their reaction because there's nothing like young children in those reactions. So our volunteers, we have about 10 volunteers right now for this group, and we are actively looking for other volunteers to join the group, so it is not too late to join this awesome group. We go out every Wednesday, and as I said, transportation is provided, so you don't have to worry about that. We leave campus at 9:30 is the first pickup at Garden Ridge, and then we cruise around to Hunter's Crossing and pick up at 9:40, which puts us at the school, which is less than 3 miles away, right around a little bit before 10. We go in, we check in, and then we all go to our assigned classrooms. All elementary school, you don't have to be a teacher to join this group. If you are, certainly that comes in handy. But all the orientation, all the training will be done by the teacher right on the spot. And they also actually have a mentor program that we learned about yesterday, which is really great. So if you don't want to work directly in the classroom, maybe you want to have that experience of working one-on-one with a student. So the counselors target students who are in special need, maybe you know they're going through a hard time for whatever reason. And so the mentor sits with that student during their lunchtime. They go to a special room that they have all these games and different activities to just sort of have that one-on-one bonding. And so it's kind of a nice thing.
And I'm sure it's helpful to students that are struggling for whatever reason.
Yes, yes. Many of these students, it's a Title I school, so they are in need. Many of them are on, you know, food assistance programs. Many of them may come from, you know, one-parent homes with the parent maybe working multiple jobs. So to have that extra mentor, to have that extra help with their reading, especially at an elementary school level, it's very, very important. So, you know, we're excited about that. I think we're going to touch a lot of lives with these children in our local community. I think it's great that Green Spring has such an active community, that our residents are so giving, not only giving to each other in this community, but so willing to go out in the surrounding community and continue to do outreach.
Well, I know that I have done that through the years in public school, and I know how much joy and satisfaction it gives me, and just to be with the children.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another program that we are actively recruiting volunteers for is also another outreach program, and it's a Food for Others program. It stems at Garden Ridge because residents at Garden Ridge, they might not be as likely to go out in the community for various reasons, but they still want to give back. So, you know, it's our responsibility and our privilege to help them continue to do what they've been doing all their lives and give. So we have a program at Garden Ridge that is a Food for Others program. So every week, this group meets on Thursday mornings from 10 to 12, and we get food from the food bank, the local food bank, and our residents sit and they put together what we call power packs. And these power packs then go to another local school, Springfield Estates, which is right across from Springfield Mall. It's also a Title I school, so definitely in need. And these power packs are given to the students each week at the end of the week. They take the power packs home, so they have extra food during the weekends. Very, very important. We usually do about 120 packs each week. So I can show you a pack if you'd like to see one.
I would, and I'm sure our viewers would like to see one.
So these are the power packs, and they usually have 2 items of each product. So 2 cereals, 2 beefaroni is in this one, macaroni and cheese, fruit juice, some milk. So this is a really great thing each week that these students get, and this is really due to our residents who put hands-on work to put all these 120 of these together. So we can absolutely need some little extra help putting these packs together. We do this at Garden Ridge on Thursdays, and we lay all these supplies out, and what we need are just extra hands to help our residents, you know, continue to contribute to something like this. It's really a great program. If you're interested in that, contributing to this program, I'm always, you know, easily reached at my phone number is 703-923-3154. And my office is in Garden Ridge on the 2nd floor. Drop by any time. We have this program that really is in need right now.
And it's hard to imagine from where we sit that there is so much need in Fairfax County.
Yes.
I mean, in this very wealthy part of the United States.
Right, right.
But I know in the church I happen to go to, we do this too. And the children get the packages at like Friday, don't they?
That's exactly right.
Tide them over the weekend, because literally a lot of them don't have enough to eat.
That's right.
And you can't learn when you're hungry.
No.
Or malnourished.
Right. And they truly rely on these power packs. The assistant principal is our contact there at Springfield Estates, and every week she's just so appreciative of what we do here at Green Spring for her students. And like you said, many of these children would not have very much to eat on the weekend if it weren't for these power packs.
And many of them are in families where English is a second language as well.
Yes.
Which makes it more difficult for them in school and all of that. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So you have something else here, I see.
I do. So I wanted to show this. This is beautiful, and this is made by one of our awesome volunteers. And it's absolutely gorgeous, very soft and cozy. And as you know, winter is coming. So what these are used for, our residents at Garden Ridge use these, you know, all the time. It's, you know, it's just the perfect size to put over your legs. Maybe
you're in a lap robe.
A lap robe. And we have many volunteers who work very hard on this. We can always use extra help with this project. A couple of these groups meet on, one meets Wednesday in the afternoon, the other one meets Thursday. So if you're interested, if you have this talent, please contact me. I can connect you with that group. They have a lot of fun doing this. And when these lap robes are given out, it truly is amazing. The residents just love them. It really provides such a great need to keep them warm, and it also is just so personal. It's just so reflective of our community and that extra touch and going, you know, above and beyond. Not just a little blanket, a handmade, you know, lap robe. It's wonderful.
And I happen to belong to the Thursday afternoon group I don't always get there, but you can work at home on a piece as well. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a lap robe.
No.
They make all kinds of things, scarves, caps, socks even, and are available for the bazaar actually too, which helps fund the yarn and all that.
That's right. That's right.
And also they contribute a very nice contribution usually to the Benevolent Care Fund.
Absolutely.
So are you involved? Well, you aren't specifically involved in the Benevolent Care Fund, but some of your work laps over into that.
Exactly. There's so many, intertwined areas of volunteerism and helping the Benevolent Care Fund and just life enriching activities on campus. So we all kind of weave together. Oftentimes when people talk about volunteers, I usually get two questions. Why do I have to keep track of my hours? And how do I report the hours? So those are two great questions. One of the reasons why we track the hours is because we are a nonprofit, and that is a requirement to show that we do have volunteers that contribute to our community. So that's one reason that's very important.
And we have to have a certain number of volunteer hours to meet that requirement.
Right.
Tax-wise, right?
Right, exactly. So our community is wonderful with that. So we do want to keep track of that. We want to keep as accurate track as possible. Also, we want to say thank you in the proper way. So we know volunteers often say, no, don't worry. I just want to do it because I want to do it. We understand that, but we want to say thank you. So we do that through our awards program and other recognition programs. So that helps our community to just do what we do best: say thank you, give back, support each other. So those are the two reasons for that. And a lot of people say, well, gosh, how do I report the hours? Do I give it to volunteer programs? I'm a leader. Do I give it to community resources? It's very streamlined. So all hours, whether they're leader hours or volunteer hours of any sort, should go through the volunteer programs office. And we are going to be having a leader meeting soon in the beginning of November. Those invitations will be going out shortly. We're going to talk about all this because my goal is to make it as user-friendly and easy as possible. This should not be a hardship. Some people use email, and that's fine. Some people don't use email, and that's fine too. Maybe some people want to write in a book each time that they volunteer. So there are a multitude of ways to track your hours. We want to make it right for each person.
And do you know we have run out of time?
Oh.
Did you have any specific thing that you needed to add to what we have talked about?
That's it. I think the specific thing I would say is just thank you to all our volunteers. Thank you to this wonderful community. It's just a great place to be.
Well, thank you, and we're so happy you're here, Catherine.
Oh, thank you.
And it was a pleasure to have you on the program this morning.
Thank you.
And now we have announcements.